This is Sarcasm Speaks. I'm Jared. He's Bob over there. I realized that the YouTube does it different. It's a mirror image. I watched the YouTube earlier today to make sure. So he's over there today.
I'm over here.
We almost didn't have you. Well, on top of that, we almost had you up. Well, first we almost had you upside down. you were in watching Stranger Things too much, stuck in the upside down. And then we had some technical difficulties where you got frozen, and then you got kicked out of the room. And then
So I left the room because it wasn't coming back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then tried to come in again and it didn't work. And then you hopped out and hopped back in. So I don't know. Hopefully,
We'll see how long I'm here for.
Yeah, hopefully this goes. Otherwise, it's going to turn into a monologue of me talking to myself until you can come back in the room.
Those podcasts are weird.
Yeah, the people that do solos.
You know who? So I gave it a try just to see if she brought anything interesting to the table. But Paige Sporonic,
Yeah.
Paige Renee, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
She has a podcast that she does a lot of episodes by herself.
Mm-hmm.
It's awkward.
Yeah.
It's fucking awkward. But it's like I've seen her in a couple couple foreplay things, so I thought like she would be cool and interesting, and she's just kind of, I don't know, it's weird, doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, because there's no one really to like bounce things off of or like call you on your bullshit type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, so Tim Dillon does a solo podcast, but his producer is right there next to him. So like it's like 95% solo with Tim Dillon, but then like his producer, like you can hear him laughing in the background, or you can hear him say stuff to Tim. So it's not like he's completely alone. But sometimes when I listen to that, I'm like, I can't do this anymore. This is weird. Yeah, I can't just listen to someone talk on their own. Bill Burr does one.
It needs to be like I feel like at that point it needs to be a lecture.
Yeah.
So you got to be teaching me something.
Right. Yeah, Bill Burr has one where he does solo. Apparently it's pretty good. I've never listened to it, but I mean, it's Bill Burr, so I can't imagine anything he ever does is bad. So well, looks like he's frozen again. So here we are, where I was just talking about Bill Burr doing a solo, and he does well. So let's see how this goes. Amy's laughing in the background. So maybe this will be more like a Tim Dillon show. Amy's here, producer Amy. Pickett's laying on the bed here. Oh no, he's back. He's back. He's unfrozen. All right.
I'll be in and out all day.
Yeah.
Like that's how today's gonna go.
Yeah, it seems to be today. Also, at any moment, Pickett could just start flipping out because we're supposed to be waiting for an electrical inspector man. Because I talked to the electrician this morning and he was like, yeah, so like when I applied for the inspection, they gave me a window of between 4 and 6 p.m. And I put in the notes that, you know, the house is open all day long, but the homeowners are home by 4 o'clock. So I don't know what they're going to do, but it will happen today. And obviously when I got home today, the electrician wasn't here and I don't have his number. So I can't be like, hey man, did it get inspected? So yeah, the Pickett is, you know, laying right in front of the window. And if the inspector's car pulls in and she starts barking and flipping out, well, now everyone knows that my house is here to get inspected.
I hope he kills the power while we're doing this.
Oh yeah, that would be perfect, right? Because that's like, so I was talking to Amy and I was like, yeah, no, he doesn't even really need us, but I think she's going to go down to either talk to him or let Pickett fucking smell him so she doesn't like freak out and rip the door apart trying to get downstairs. But I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he just has to like go around and look at stuff and make sure shit's to code. But with my luck, he'll start like flipping fucking breakers and we'll just lose everything. So that's that. We still don't have water. So that's fun. It's a good time. The plumbers are here a little extra longer today. So like I said before, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But they're usually out of here by 3 and they stayed until 4 o'clock today. So I don't know. Hopefully that just means things are moving. Hopefully we're on pace to get
On
water
pace.
back.
We're currently covering the plumbing timeline.
Yeah, because I will tell you, like, if we don't have water for the weekend, like, I don't know what we're gonna do.
Dude,
We're
just get a
we're not gonna
hotel.
be here, that's for sure. I mean, we can't be, because at least like during the day, like I go to work, Amy goes to her sister's house, whose name is Emily, and like we're out of the house for the day. But like if we have to be here all day, Saturday and Sunday, with no running water, like that's not happening. I'm not doing that. So we got to
Just go
figure
pitch
something
a
out
well
there.
out back.
Yeah, I'll start digging now, and hopefully I can find water.
Dude, if you start digging a well right now, guaranteed that thing's done by tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because
There's
you have wasted all that time digging a well.
there's some swamplands out back. I could probably just go jump in that water. I mean, it's not clean, but
Just
I mean,
boil it.
who cares?
All you have to do is boil it, right?
Yeah, just boil it. We're like living like camping, like in the house. Like I bought one of those. Did I already talk about this? I bought the giant fucking thing. Yeah, I don't know. We've done like six fucking episodes in the last like 4 days. Because we actually haven't talked about this. We got guys' weekend coming. So if everyone is listening to these shows and they're like, wow, these are like kind of sounds like they're all recorded within like, a 3-day period. Well, it's
because they are.
Because they are. Over the next 2 weeks, because we have our yearly guys weekend that every single year we say someone's going to die, and nothing ever happens. So you know what? This year I'm going in and I'm going to say no one's going to die, and then we'll see how it goes. I'm either going to be right or I'll set the reverse jinx.
Let's say I wonder who the lucky bastard's going to be.
Yeah,
it'll be the human liability. It'll be him that goes down because he's new to the trip.
Yeah. So I mean,
he'll probably be in rare form too.
I bet. So this year we're back to the Cape. We took a little hiatus last year. We were in New Hampshire. Yep. I think Bob's frozen again. So I'm just gonna talk about guys' weekend. Last year we took a hiatus. We went to New Hampshire because we had to be in the middle of the woods, in the middle of nowhere, because it was like peak COVID. And we were like, we don't want to be near any people. Bars were closed anyway, so we couldn't really go anywhere. So we were like, fuck it, let's just go somewhere isolated that we can get really drunk and throw up and fall down and all of the above. And we did. We found some spot up there. So, but we're back on track now this year, going to the Cape. So, he's out of the room and he's back in the room. It's like Houdini.
I don't know if I need to change rooms or like get closer to a fucking Wi-Fi thing. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
I don't know. I mean, you're sitting in the same spot that you sit in all the time. You know what it is? I bet it's the weather today. The weather's fucking with you.
That or fucking Leo's upstairs chewing on fucking wires or something. I don't know what he's bitching about. He's bitching about something.
Yeah, who knows? All right. Well, have you been watching What If at all?
I watched the first one. I didn't see the.
Oh, this is awesome. Oh man. I hope I really hope like this is a YouTube episode for you guys. So if you guys are just listening to the audio right now, you can keep going, whatever, but like you gotta flip over to YouTube because this is great. The face that's frozen right now is fucking hilarious. I'm gonna take a picture of this on my phone. Why I go to take a picture of it and again it's gonna go away. This is gonna be
one
on Instagram. I just got it in time.
Fucking rooms. I'll be back.
All right.
Maybe I won't. I don't even know.
Who knows? Maybe I'll just pull a Bill Burr. I'll put Pickett on the line with me. See what she has to say. All right. Actually, hey, Amy, what do you think about maybe he's back. I don't know. Amy, what do you think about What If?
I'm listening. I can hear you.
Phone. Hold on. Let me see if this microphone.
I like it.
Oh, Pickett looked like she wanted to say something. Pickett, you got something to say? Nope. She's just sniffing. She's just sniffing the microphone. Telling you guys, this is a YouTube episode.
This is how bad this is getting because my Wi-Fi sucks and now we're interviewing the dog.
So I don't know if anyone could hear that because this microphone isn't awesome. But Amy said she's a fan of What If, which is saying something because she doesn't like cartoons. She literally hates everything that's cartoons, like Archer. What else? Family Guy, South Park. What else do we watch? What stupid show that I watch? Oh, Rick and Morty. Yeah, she hates it all. But she hates fun, most of all. But she enjoys What If.
Yeah, so I watched the first one, and frankly, I wasn't overly impressed. If you haven't seen it and you don't want me to ruin it, I guess this would be the point where you probably skip maybe 2 minutes ahead or so.
Yeah, spoiler alerts.
Yeah, because so the first one, truthfully, I did not like because they didn't like when you say what if, they're gonna it's I would think it's gonna be a different storyline.
Yeah.
In the first one, all they did was they changed who became Captain America.
Right.
And then the storyline was the same, except they mixed in like Steve Rogers as Iron Man really quick.
Yeah.
So the first one I wasn't really thrilled with. I will watch the second one probably tonight.
The second one, I would say, is slightly better. But I have not been thrilled with either of them so far. And not just because they're cartoons. More so for like what you said. Whereas like, I don't know, if something is totally different, I would expect a different storyline. And like, just like plugging and playing. Like, so the second one, I'm not giving anything away on this one because it's the title of the episode of episode 2 is what if T'Challa was Star-Lord? So it's almost the exact same as like the Guardians of the Galaxy, but with T'Challa instead. And it's like, I don't know. I mean, there were a few things that were different. I would, you know what though, this one was more different than the first one. Like the first one was literally like watching Captain America, but Peggy.
But Peggy Carter was Captain America.
Yeah, like the lines, some of the lines were exactly the same.
Yeah, and then it's like randomly Steve Rogers was Iron Man. Like that was the only little bit of creativity where Howard Stark built the Iron Man suit, and that was Steve Rogers, way before his son did.
Right. So like I'm not going to give too much away, but there actually is a little, now that I'm thinking about it, there's quite a bit more different in this one than there was with the first. Like you said, the first one was almost identical to Captain America. It's just Peggy. This one, like I said, it was a little bit better, but I'm still not like thrilled. I don't know if part of it is because, actually, I think I do know what it is. I think it's because I'm so familiar with these stories and these movies. Like I've seen each movie like a bajillion times, and these what ifs are condensed to like 30 minutes. So it's like taking like an hour and a half to 2 hour long movie, changing the main character to someone that you're familiar with being someone else, and then doing it in 30 minutes. So I think you lose a little bit there. But it doesn't suck. It doesn't suck. And here we go. If you've, rewind all the way back to when we started watching WandaVision, 2 episodes in, I was like, I don't know. It's not great. It doesn't suck, but like, it's okay. And here I am after 2 episodes of What If saying the exact same thing. So maybe I'll fucking eat my own socks again. But I don't know. Like like I said, like I'm not super thrilled, but I also don't hate it.
Well, the other thing with What If is no one knows what this series is.
Right.
Um, it could actually tie into some of the multiverse stuff.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting.
And I think it is
And then
because
it could retroactively get better.
yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think is probably going to happen.
Which is precisely what happened with WandaVision.
That's exactly what happened with WandaVision.
The first 2 episodes are weird. Then it got like a look. Then it got better and better and better.
As it goes on, it retroactively gets better.
And I think it will get even better once the Doctor Strange movie comes out too. So
right. So have you seen the preview for the Eternals?
The Eternals.
The trailer, the official trailer or the final trailer, whatever, just dropped today.
Oh, I'll watch it now. I've only seen the preview for the 10 Rings.
Okay. So it's actually, it looks pretty good. And now that, so like seeing the first 2 episodes of What If, and then also watching the trailer for the Eternals, I can kind of see how they all kind of go together. I still don't really know how they're going to tie in the 10 Rings. That's like Shang-Chi, right? That's his name.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they'll do fine. Like they'll do a great job with it because it's Marvel and they always do.
Is this like super bad audio that I have this playing? You really hear it?
No, I can't hear it.
Okay. Because I'm watching the Eternals trailer now, or what I think is the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah, it's called the Eternals final trailer. Like I said, it just came out today. Like I saw
everyone. The Eternals, and I just hit the first thing. So
yeah, so that's got to be it. That's got to be it.
It's like 2 minutes long. It's like a normal trailer length, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, so it looks pretty good.
Yeah, and like one thing I was saying, because I think you were kind of shitting on how Phase 4 was kind of looking ahead, like before any of it actually came out, like after Endgame.
Right.
And I said it's like the movies are probably going to be pretty good if they're throwing them out there. Like Shang-Chi and the Eternals, like they're probably going to be all right.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they're probably going to be okay. But I don't know. It could also be one of those things that you have to wait for them all to come out for everything to make sense, which now that I say that and think about it, that's kind of how the first half of all this went. Like they dropped really subtle hints that you probably didn't pick up on, like when the movies were first coming out, like when they were talking about, like in Thor, the Dark World with the ether, like ended up being the Reality Stone, but no one really knew what an Infinity Stone was. And then Guardians of the Galaxy comes out and they talk about an Infinity Stone, but you don't really know that the universes are connected quite yet. It's like one of those things that like once they all come out, then it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they're doing that again. But I mean, as it stands right now, it's just like, I don't see how they fit together, but I'm sure they will.
Yeah, well, I think the whole multiverse concept is really gonna make things not predictable. I think like it's gonna be really difficult to like draw conclusions because really anything can happen.
Right.
And even things that we don't know that can happen will happen, like from a storytelling perspective. So
right. Yeah, that is the thing. Like, now that I'm thinking about it more, I think I kind of don't like that. I don't think I like the plot line of a multiverse because I feel like it's lazy. Like it's like a cheat code because technically that leaves the door open for literally anything. So like I know there's in real life, there's things where like you can follow the bouncing ball and figure out how things are going. So Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans contracts expired with Marvel. So like they're gone. But theoretically, the multiverse opens the door, or at least leaves the door open for, 3-4 years from now, they just bring one of them back or both of them back for something. You know what I mean? And they're like, well, in this different multiverse, Tony Stark didn't die and he did that. It's so it leaves that door open. Like I said, I'm not saying they're going to do it, but if they do it, then I think that gets a little cheap. I think it makes the whole multiverse thing, like I said, like a cheat code. Like, what's the point?
No, it could get a little beer festy where it's
Yeah.
like,
yeah, that is my favorite thing in the world. Like, Beer Fest did it perfectly. They literally killed off a guy and brought him back in the very next scene as a different person, but he was the same person.
Yes, they brought back the same actor as his twin brother, who
Yes.
was like, you know what, you can call me by the same nickname.
The same nickname, yeah. And then for the rest of the movie, it just wasn't addressed.
Which is actually, that's a lot more genius than you think.
It is. That's why I say it all the time. That is one of my favorite parts of any movie of all time, is the landfill story, where he literally dies and then he comes back in the next scene and then he's just landfill again. They like cover it over like, oh, this is landfill's brother, but you can call him landfill, and then nothing happens for the rest of the movie and they just keep calling him landfill. It's like, that is perfect. Like, that is literally like cinematic gold in my mind, because I love trolling and I love that shit. Like, that's perfect. But it's supposed to be that because it's a comedy. It's from the Broken Lizard guys. Like, if Disney and the Marvel universe is like, oh yeah, we're gonna pull a beer fest with RDJ in like 4 years because he makes shit movies and doesn't make good money anymore, so he wants to come back to Marvel. So it's like, well, oh, now he's back.
Well, it wasn't the same thing, but they kind of did that in Infinity War. And if you remember, we watched this in Mansfield, and I fucking flipped out.
Yeah, with the time stone.
Like, she's sitting there, like, blowing his fucking head to pieces, Vision's head to pieces, trying to blow up the stone. Right. Does it, and then he just walks over and like does this little wrist thing and reverses time to take the stone. It's like,
yeah,
what?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck was that? Was so fucking weak.
Yeah, that was lame.
It's like, if it's that easy to do that, why doesn't he just go back to a time when the stone was just readily available and just fucking take it?
Right.
Like, theoretically, once you get one, couldn't you use it to exploit it to get the others and kind of just have them all in one fucking swoop?
I would imagine so. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So I don't know. What did you think of the Eternals?
I might not have watched the right thing. Did they even like speak in it? Not really.
Yeah.
They did.
Yeah.
Then I didn't watch the right
There's
one.
a lot of dialogue. Oh, okay.
Must have been a teaser trailer.
Yeah. No, it's pretty good. They got a lot of people in it. Like, a lot of people. Like, people that was like
Harold Kumar? No. It's the other guy.
The other guy.
Yeah, the other guy of Indian descent.
The guy from was he in Big Bang Theory? The Indian guy?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know his real name.
He was in I think he was in Silicon Valley.
Yes. Yeah. Maybe that's what it was, not the Big Bang Theory. I don't know. Maybe he's in both. I don't fucking know. But so obviously, like everyone has known for a while that Richard Madden and Kit Harington are in it. They were
Can confirm I did not watch the right trailer.
Okay. Yeah. So both of them were in Game of Thrones. They were Robb Stark and Jon Snow. Everyone, shits their brains about that. Angelina Jolie is in it, which was like kind of a surprise in the trailer. Trying to think of who else was in it. Because I looked at the cast list too. So there's a lot of people that are like, I see what you guys are doing. You're trying to get that Marvel money. Which is whatever. I don't blame them. But
so this takes place right after Endgame, or as a result of Endgame.
Yes.
So them reversing. This movie's created because they reversed what Thanos did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then it goes into like it opens up the door for like the whole celestial thing.
Yeah, because they're gonna bring Fantastic Four back. I think.
Yeah, for the third time.
Oh, multiverse. They can bring back
Yeah.
Chris Evans.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's how they're going to do it. They're going to bring Chris Evans back as fucking Johnny Flame or whatever his name is.
Yeah, he won't be Captain America.
Yeah, he's not Captain America in this multiverse. But they're also now rumoring that this could be a way to bring in the X-Men too.
Just bring everybody in.
Because Disney bought Fox.
Bring in Venom too. Why not?
Yeah, fuck it. Well, they won't be able to do that because the Spider-Man world is owned by Sony. Disney just pays to like license it.
Yeah.
But Disney literally owns every single Marvel character except for the Spider-Man universe. So that's why, like, I've seen some stuff that they were like, "Ooh, maybe they're bringing the X-Men into this," and it's like, yeah, I mean, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, they said that though, with obviously with the acquisition, and then when WandaVision, Quicksilver is that who he is?
Yeah.
No,
yeah,
is that who he is in X-Men?
yeah, they didn't call him that though.
I forget his name in Marvel, but in X-Men he's Quicksilver.
In the X-Men comics, like his backstory is that he's Magneto's son, but then in the Marvel cinematic, the MCU, he was just that random kid from Sokovia. Like, I don't know if they do bring in X-Men to this, if they like somehow spin it that he actually, like, both of them actually are Magneto's kids.
Yeah, they're supposed to be an X-Men, and then in the Marvel universe, they were created by an Infinity Stone or some shit.
Yeah, well, maybe. Because in WandaVision, they alluded to the fact that they already had their powers. I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah.
When Agatha.
Anyway, that's how the tale goes.
Yeah. So I could see that again. Here's Marvel leaving the door open so that when inevitably they do tie in the X-Men, they can say, "Oh yeah, well, they were Magneto's kids the entire time." Because remember that one scene in WandaVision where Agatha like had the thing with the bomb and she said, "You've been a witch this whole time." And it's like, "Oh yeah, it was Magneto." And it's like, all right, well, so I wouldn't be surprised if that came back.
Yeah, they're just playing both sides. So they come out on
top. Always. That's the smart thing to do.
Jesus fuck. Leo, what the fuck? What does this dog want?
All right. I got something that's pretty funny, actually. At least I think it's funny. So we already know that the state of Oregon is pretty much a shit show, right?
Horrible state.
Yeah. I can't follow the hyperlink here. I don't know why. Let me see if I can go to it. Oops, what am I doing? I'm gonna have to Google it. I purposely put in a hyperlink on the thing so I could go to it. So the state of Oregon, they already decriminalized all their drugs and whatever. So because they really don't care about the world, they just changed their graduation requirements too.
Oh, yes. I did see this.
Yeah. So let me see. This is from the AP. New Oregon law suspends graduation testing requirement. So another article that I saw with this said it was done quietly, that the governor signed this law and there was no press conference about it. There was nothing. There was no press release. She just kind of signed it. And then, you know, everyone went about their day until someone whose job it is to report on politics found that this got filed into like the state legislature. So what this is the new Oregon law suspends a requirement for a basic skills test in math, reading, and writing to graduate high school. So it is being praised by advocates as a way to rethink education standards and sharply criticized by others as a misguided effort that will hurt children's learning in the long run. So I'm trying to see if I can find this other one. Yeah, all right. So essentially, like, I don't know what every state has their own like high school proficiency test. In Massachusetts, it's the MCAS. I don't know what it is everywhere else. I think Florida's the FCAT. I don't know. Every state.
I couldn't tell you what one other state does.
Yeah, every state has their own thing. So except for now Oregon, because they don't care about anything anymore. So you can do all the drugs you want, and you don't have to pass a proficiency test to get through high school. So some people might be able to make a compelling argument for this. Personally, again, not to like, shred through education and start going on a fucking monologue here, but I think standardized testing has completely fucked our educational system because teachers stopped teaching and they just started teaching to test, at least in Massachusetts. I would go as far to say the whole country. So I do think that the standardized testing things is bullshit. And it's, like I said, it's fucked our education system. But the reason why they did it is a big like, ooh, woof. So this is, who is Charles Boyle? So Charles Boyle, the governor's deputy communications director, said in an emailed statement that suspended reading, writing, and math proficiency requirements while the state develops new graduation standards will benefit, now this is quote, will benefit Oregon's Black, Latino, Latina, Latinx, which go fuck yourself here now too, because if you're going to say Latino and Latina and then say Latinx, like I thought the whole like Latinx thing was supposed to be, you say that instead of the others, but whatever. Fuck this guy.
What the fuck is Latink?
It's non-gendered Latin. People say Latinx, but I think it's funnier to say Latinx because it's gender. You can't say Latino anymore because that's a male gendered word, and we can't have gender anymore because gender is just a social construct. Remember that. It's not a biological thing that every single animal in the entire world experiences. It's just a word. So we can't say Latino. We have to be all inclusive here and say Latinx. So
we have to cancel Italian, Spanish,
yes,
French,
every single foreign language, because I've had this discussion so many times and I've heard people talk about it, is that every other language other than English and like, I don't know, probably German and Russian has gendered words. Like it is it's just how the language was developed. It doesn't mean anything. Like,
and they're all bigots.
Yeah, it's like El Gato is Spanish. Like that's the cat. It's a male gendered word, but that doesn't mean that there's no female cats. Obviously, you stupid fucks.
Oh no, it's racist.
Yeah, but no.
Sexist.
Yeah, you're a sexist bigot.
It's a bigot.
Yeah, because you say El Gato. It should be just Gatex. Fuck off. All these people can suck a dick. So back to the governor's office here. They said dropping the standards will benefit Oregon's Black, Latino, Latina, Latinx, Indigenous, Asian, Pacific Islander, which is the same thing as Asian, tribal, and students of color. Woof. They're literally saying that by dropping these requirements, minorities will be able to pass high school.
Yeah.
That's not a good look.
You know what's even worse? It gives conservative white people an argument. Goes, yeah. Look at Oregon. If you remember, in Jim Crow time, they didn't let Black people read and write and do math. They wanted to oppress them by not educating them. And that's what's happening again. So not only do you open hand bitch slap every minority, implying that they're not smart enough to pass high school, even though it's not that hard.
Yeah.
You offend every minority.
Yes.
You also give the opposing side
a layup.
Now an argument against you.
Yeah. Yep.
So where did the liberal side win in this decision?
Well, they helped minorities. They got rid of the standards.
By not helping minorities.
Yes. Yep. So it gets better too. So the article goes on.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay.
This is another quote from the communications guy from the governor's office. So he goes, leaders from those communities have advocated time and time again for equitable graduation standards, along with expanded learning opportunities and supports. Okay, so here we are again with white people ruining everything and not understanding what it is. You have leaders of a minority community saying, hey, there is unequitable graduation rates between white people and minorities. We need to do something about this. So what is the genius idea? Oh, we'll just get rid of the standards that you need to graduate. So then everyone can graduate.
Yeah, so instead of giving these kids access to the tools they need to graduate properly, we'll just change the graduation requirement.
Yes. So the very next paragraph in this article says, lawmakers and the governor did not pass any major expansion of learning opportunities or supports for Black, Indigenous, and students of color during this year's legislative session. So there you go, right there. It's literally what we just said. There seems to be a problem that, minority populations, like they don't have high graduation rates. Well, how do we fix that? Should we give them more opportunities to learn? Should we put more money into the education system to fund minority based learning programs? No, we'll just get rid of all the requirements you need to graduate so anybody can graduate. As long as you went to high school, you graduate. You showed up. Here's your trophy. You came to high school. Here's your trophy. Here's your diploma. No more requirements to graduate. You just show up and you get a diploma.
Yeah, and part of me wants to say, so ours is the MCAS. If anyone's listening in a different state, I don't know what the other states have.
Yeah.
The MCAS is bullshit. It really is. And it's like, you just do enough so that people get off your fucking back to get through it. So part of me wants to say, oh, well, it's just a test. You get rid of the test. What's the big deal? But I think it's because and again, I'm not in Oregon, or I'm not in a underserved community in Massachusetts. It's just like covering the eyes of the real problem.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. It's literally like,
those fucking clever politicians.
Yeah. It's getting something done with doing nothing.
It's too bad there isn't some dickhead like sitting in, and this is why it wouldn't work, because no one in politics could ever think like this. But it's like, it's amazing that there isn't some dickhead going, almost like Dr. Evil's son, Seth Green.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, ass, like, you're just making a more fucking prohibitive rule, basically.
Right.
Like, no, we're helping. It's like, no, you fucking aren't. I don't
know.
No,
instead of helping, you actually just hurt everybody. Because now, regardless of whether you're white, black, green, purple, blue, if you know that there's no requirements in order to graduate, why the fuck are you going to care about anything?
Oh.
So it's like their graduation rate is going to skyrocket, but their actual education level is going to plummet.
Fuck it. Why do they even go to school?
Like I tell the story all the time. So one of my cousins was
Is this a first cousin or a
yeah. Yes, this is a first cousin, no times removed. A direct first cousin of mine. Um he is I don't know, like 41 ish. It doesn't matter. He was a senior in high school the year that the MCAS first came out. So the very first year they ran it, they were like, well, this is going to count for graduation, but you guys were already seniors, so it doesn't matter. This is the first year. You're grandfathered in. So he goes, oh, this doesn't mean anything. And they were like, yeah. So they go through the whole thing. So he goes through, I don't know how the MCAS is done now, but back in the day when we did it and when he did it too, it was like pencil bubble in like a book, like you flip through the book. I would imagine it could potentially be done on a computer now. But anyway, this was in 1998. So he goes, oh, okay. He literally went through the entire book and bubbled in C for every single answer. He said it took him like 15 minutes, and he handed the book back to the proctor, and the teacher who was proctoring the test was like, "How are you done?" And he goes, "You told me this doesn't matter." And the teacher just kind of looked at him and like took his book, and then he just had the whole rest of the day off. Like, so anyone that's done the MCAS or anything similar, it takes like 4 or 5 hours. Like I think they give you 5 hours to take the test. He finished it in 15 minutes, the entire thing, handed the book in and left and was like, fuck this. I mean, I'm graduating high school regardless. This means nothing. So you don't think, and now he's actually very successful now. He does very well. He has a very good job, makes a good amount of money, is married with kids, owns a great house, all that shit. So it's not like someone's going to be like, oh yeah, sounds like a shit bag to me. No, he actually does very, very well right now. And he was like, oh, this doesn't mean anything. Yeah. Here's C for everything. Here's my book. Go fuck yourself. I'm out of here.
Did you have to do science or history?
No.
So my grade was the experimental group for science and history. So they told us, you don't need this to graduate, but we're going to have you take it to kind of see, like collect data, whatever.
To gauge. Yeah. Yeah.
The science in the history tests would have been phenomenal. Creative writing and art tests. Because all anybody did was draw pictures. It was like, if it was like write an essay, you got a picture.
Yeah. Yep.
And like some of it was like really brilliant stuff. Like something was like, it was like about the Emancipation Proclamation. I believe someone drew Abe Lincoln killing zombies before it was a movie. Like,
was it the kid that also invented fives?
No, no, it wasn't him. I would love to know what he put in.
He's awesome though. He's great. I go back and forth. Well, I don't like tweet him a lot on Twitter, but I love his responses to other people on Twitter. And sometimes like when they're really great, I tweet to him and I go, your responses to these people make my day. Please don't ever stop. He shreds Chris Gasper all the time. Anytime he posts anything.
Bowling too.
Yeah, it's fucking great. I love him.
Yeah. So it was just like they gave me this thing about like, oh yeah, it doesn't count. I'm like, you guys are fucking idiots. You guys are so fucking stupid.
You can't tell kids that it doesn't count.
You're going to give me 2 tests that don't matter when you had already given me 2 tests that do, and I didn't try on those.
Right.
I literally, I sat there and like this is the fucking problem is this is why when you hear the joke, like school isn't for smart people, this is where you figure it out. It's like, I'm just an idiot, but you give me a test and go, oh, well, you have to pass this to graduate. I'm like, okay, pass to graduate. So if I get advanced on both, I get in-state tuition. I did the quick math on it. It was nothing. It
Right.
would have saved me
It's like $800.
$3,600 from Bridgewater State. I paid
Yeah.
about 60, and it would have saved me $3,600. So instead of paying 56,400, I paid 60,000.
Right.
Yeah, great. Thanks. Fucking useless.
Yeah.
And I knew I wasn't going to get advanced in math. I knew it. I'm not good enough at math. I don't get it. I took it as a sophomore when I was off of some bad math scores, whatever. Like I knew I was going to struggle because algebra 1, I could not fucking tell you anything about algebra 1 today. Maybe, I don't even know. So this is the thing is I don't even know what algebra 1 is. I just know I didn't do well in it.
Yeah. That's y equals mx plus b.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that.
Like that shit.
It's like 2x equals 4 and x equals 2. Like, is that like okay?
Yeah.
So I can do that shit. I don't know why the fuck I did so bad, but whatever. Not important. But I sat there. I go, all I have to do is pass. I'm not going to get advanced in math, and you have to get advanced in both to get the scholarship. So I'm not getting it. Why the fuck would I try?
Yeah.
I just sat there. I did the same thing on did I do the same thing on SATs? I think I did the same thing on SATs. And I did it for whatever the GREs, graduation, like graduate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just sat there and took the test long enough until I thought I did good enough, and then I just stopped.
Right.
And it's like I just stopped doing it. It's like I look at like all the requirements, and it's like, well, if you get a 1250 on your SATs, and I'm like, well, I'm not going to get a fucking 1250.
Yeah.
I mean, I might get like 11 if I really, really buckle down and really try.
Right.
But like, I ain't getting 1600. I ain't getting perfect. My math sucks. It really fucking is terrible. And I knew that. It's like I was pretty good at English. Like I can write. I can do that. I just don't give a fuck. So it's like if anybody else thinks like me, which if there's any of you out there, please never meet me because we should never be in the same place at the same time.
My creative void of just
no, it will be like like a
hole.
black hole or like some innocent person will instantly light on fire because it won't be one of us because we're pieces of shit. We'll be like fucking a monk or some shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think if anyone that thinks like me meets like a fucking like a small child fucking dies of cancer or something. But like I sat there, like so we're using this measuring stick to see how intelligent we are and if we're not. And I'm sitting there like doing fucking 80% of the test and going, probably good enough. And I turn it in.
Yeah.
Because what's the worst that happens with any of those standardized tests? You take it again?
Yeah. Well, the SAT is a joke anyway, because it's relative scoring. So your score is based off of that, who took that test on that day.
Yeah, it's like a golf PCC correction.
Yeah, so you could be like, you could get a perfect score, but not get every question right. You could just be the smartest kid in special ed class that day. You know, like you happen to take the test on a day where like not a lot of people took it, or like all the people that were going to Harvard and Yale already took it. You know what I mean? It's like, cool. So you got whatever. It's because you get a raw score, and that raw score gets converted into your whatever fucking fake SAT score. So it's like, even that shit it's stupid. So theoretically, you could score better if you took it a second time and get a worse score if you took it on a day where more people did better. It's like how Braun used to grade his tests. It's literally how Braun used to grade his tests. You're like, well, you know, these people got this score at this time, and then, you know, not everybody can get an A. I have to follow the bell curve. So there's 24 kids in the class, which means that there has to be 3 Ds. There has to be 2 Fs. Like, no, dude, that's not how this fucking works. Like, that used to drive me fucking bananas. That's literally how we used to grade in college. Like, you could get an 87 and get a D because everyone in the class got like 92 or higher. You know, you're a fucking dickhead.
Well, then I guess alternatively, and I know this is your best friend, but that's like one time in Tom Wu's class, I got an 82, and that was an A, like straight solid A.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how the fuck he graded. I don't know if he graded it fucking in Asian or Canadian, but it wasn't fucking American. I know that much. And whatever the fuck, I don't know what the fuck scale an 82 equals an A in. But
Yeah, I have no idea.
no
Still to this day, I think like I mean, I just talked about this recently. But because I met up with Mike,
Yeah.
the older guy that I worked with at
Strength
Milton.
conditioning, Mike.
Yeah. And I said to him, like, you know, I appreciate this a lot more now that I'm a little bit older, but always going back to when Haslam used to be like, yeah, I make my tests hard. Why would I? People say, why don't you make your tests easier? No, fuck that. I don't make my tests easy. I make my tests hard. So you know that you don't know anything. And I'm like, that, like, in here now that I'm older, I'm like, that's fucking genius.
Yeah,
I mean,
really.
it doesn't really work.
No, it doesn't work. People forget.
Yeah, but like that thought process, he's like, yeah, I'll give you a 20-point scale. I don't give a shit. But like, I'm not going to make my test easy. So you think you know everything about the human body and human physiology. You walk out of here being like, I know everything there is to know. No, fuck you. You don't know anything.
Yeah. I want you all to know that you don't know shit. I think that's very close to a direct quote.
Yeah. Yeah. He is awesome. He is my favorite. But like I said, and I said to Mike too, when I was an undergrad, I hated him. I couldn't stand him. But when I got to grad school, he became my best friend. And I was like,
if that's
this guy's
in
fucking
grad
great.
school, you had people that didn't have them in undergrad and they had like real teachers in their undergrad program. And then they walk in and this fucking guy walks in and then they just sit there and like their face just drops.
So Mike told me a story because we're reminiscing and all that shit. And he told me a story that he took a grad class with Haslam and he shows up for the first test and he had him in undergrad. So he knows what it's going to be. And now he's laying this out to me and he goes, I studied my ass off for a week, going everything till my eyes went cross-eyed. He goes, I felt really good going into this test. So I go in and I walk into the room and there's a athletic training student in the back. And if you're not in the field, you don't really know, but athletic training students poo-poo on exercise science people because they're like, oh, you don't know anything. My degree is basically pre-med. Go fuck yourself. You make $35,000 a year.
I'm board certified.
Yeah.
Oh, is that why you're working per diem on Saturdays?
Yeah, exactly. Cool. How's your per diem Saturday gig, you fucking loser? You're so much smarter than me. I teach gym at a high school. You know what I mean? Like the people that went to phys ed for like the teacher track, like those would get it the worst. Like the athletic trainers would be like, you're going to be a gym teacher. I would look at them and be like, yeah, they're going to make double what you make and work half the amount of time.
Yeah. Shut the fuck up and tape my ankles.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
hey, Walker, how's this look?
Yeah. So Mike's telling this story. He's walking into the class for the first test of the semester in this grad class. It was grad level or like advanced exercise metabolism, which was which was a miserable class, both undergrad and grad level. That was miserable.
Did not take that one.
So he's saying like he feels good. He's going into this and he hears two AT students in the back talking like, oh, did you study? And one of the girls goes, I looked over some of my stuff. Like, I'll be okay. And Mike's like sitting there like he can't wait. So he goes, I get through the first like 3 questions and I'm like, all right, this is pretty tough. And he goes through and he said he got through the first 10 and was like, I feel okay. Like these are kind of hard, whatever. And he goes, I turn over my shoulder and I look behind me and the girl's in tears. The AT girl is literally crying. She has no fucking clue what's going on.
Yeah.
And Mike said he got 100 on that test.
Oh, dude, if you study for a week, I mean.
Yeah. He told me that. I mean, obviously, he was a non-traditional student too, so he's like an adult in grad school.
He was also very thorough with.
Right. He's one of the smartest people in like the phys ed world I've ever encountered. Just as far as like
the other thing is he puts in a lot of effort. Like that was the thing is he puts in a lot of effort. So when he studied for a week until his eyes went cross-eyed, that ain't how I would study until my eyes go cross-eyed. I'd give up way before he.
I go cross-eyed after about 17 minutes. So he said when Haslam gave him the test back, he handed it to him and goes, I've literally never had someone get 100 on my test without a scale. Congratulations. You're the only person in all my years of teaching. And Mike was like, fuck yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but like if you put, so one, he's smart. Two,
Yeah.
he'd had him before. He knew exactly what to expect.
Right.
Three, he studied his fucking ass off. He probably wanted 100. Like I would have
Right.
sat there and like 100 ain't worth it.
That's what he said too. That's what he said because it was his first class with Haslam, the first test of the semester in grad school, and he told me he went into that with the mindset of fuck this guy, I want to get 100. Because as much as I love Haslam, he tells the exact same stories in every class. So when you have him for 9 classes throughout your undergrad and your grad program, you can start to tell his stories for him. So Mike literally
I can do his advising for him. I still got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
and so Mike said when he went into the test, he was like, fuck this guy, fuck these stories. I'm getting 100 on this test. And then he did.
I sat outside that office and I listened to undergrad student after undergrad student in the exercise science program talk about how they maybe wanted to do physical therapy. And to this day, I can still tell you exactly what you need to do in addition to the exercise science caseload.
Yep. Go take A and P 1 and 2.
Oh, so this is what you got to do. You got to take bio 1 and 2, the hard one, not the easy one. You got to take A and P 1 and 2. You got to take Chem 1 and 2. And then you got to take statistics. And you got to take abnormal psych, the weird one. You got to take the weird psychology class.
Yes, that's right. He called it the weirds.
Yes. I don't think the class was called abnormal psych.
Yeah, probably not.
So
you got to take abnormal psych.
Yeah. So
weird
he's like, that's 10 classes plus labs. It'll probably take you another year or so, whatever. Yeah. And I don't think any of those people went into physical therapy.
No. Or if they did, they didn't do that and then were pissed off that they had to go take those courses before they could get into PT school.
Yep.
It's like this guy is laying it out to you. Like he's telling you, you're just 18 years old and you don't want to fucking hear it because you came to college to get shit-faced for 4 years rather than get an actual education.
Well, the thing is, like, you go, oh, I'll just go to Bridgewater because I can maybe play a sport because obviously this is the exercise science program. Oh, I live kind of nearby. I could probably play a sport. I'll go, I'll get fucked up. And I'll go to PT school. PT's a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know how hard it is to get into the Springfield program? And it's straight through 6 years, end with the DPT, including your time. I don't know if they do clinicals. I think it's clinicals.
Yeah.
Whatever. And it's like, but you're going to go to Bridgewater. You're going to fuck off for 4 years.
Yeah.
They'll just take you in PT school. Yeah,
right.
Definitely. That's how that works.
Yeah. They'll just let you have a doctorate.
Yeah. They'll just let you into their program. No problem. Gotcha.
Yeah. Of course. Because why not, right? People are fucking stupid. I think we're right around that time. You want to start wrapping this up?
Yeah.
All right.
You only get one type of cheese to eat for the rest of your life. You can't have any other types of cheese once you select your one cheese.
Okay.
What cheese do you select?
Shit.
So I'll walk you through some of my thought process on this. So, one, your hard cheeses are out. So no Parmesan, no Reggiano, none of like the real hard cheese because
I think I have one.
Because they don't work well in slices. So part of like when you pick your one cheese, if you don't pick one that comes in slices, you don't get cheeseburgers anymore. So,
I mean, you could. You just gotta like have shitty sliced cheese.
Have you ever tried to melt a quote unquote slice of Parmesan?
No, but
it doesn't melt. It's like trying to melt a fucking piece of glass. It gets like a little soft, but it doesn't do anything. So in my criteria, the hard cheeses, like the really hard cheeses, are out.
Yeah.
So if they cannot be sliced, it's out. which also takes the crumbles out because the crumbles serve one purpose, which is usually a topping or a filling.
Right.
It doesn't work for me. So the crumbles are out and the super hard cheeses are out. So, we're kind of looking at, your standard, you could make the argument that mozzarella could still be sticking around. Your cheddars, pepper jack, Monterey Jack,
Colby.
provolone.
Yep.
What's that?
Colby.
Yeah. I guess your Jack, the whole Jack family.
The whole Jack family, yeah.
So, unfortunately, though, my decision comes down to, I think it just comes down to like an extra sharp cheddar, which is lame, but you can shred it, you can slice it, you can melt it. If you need to eat it out of a block, it's not that bad, or cubed. So
right.
it works in all forms.
Right.
It actually is good. Like it would be good on an omelet. It would be good like on a burger. If you need to like throw it in a salad or something, like it would.
I think it is the most versatile. I would say like your extra sharp cheddar is probably the most versatile cheese.
Yeah, I think so, because it comes in all forms. It works with almost all foods. You can do just about anything with it.
You could make mac and cheese with it.
You definitely make mac and cheese with it. And it's like, I know it's not adventurous or anything, but I was thinking about that one day. Also, I think Cabot makes it, it's lactose free, so I can eat it long term.
Because I think I would go with Asiago.
Does Asiago slice?
It does.
Does it slice and melt? Because I'm thinking burger here.
Oh yeah, it definitely melts. Because it also you can get like Asiago bagels and it's melted on the bagel.
Well, that's like the shreds. Because like if I'm making a burger, I don't want shredded cheese.
I mean,
want a fucking slice.
I would deal with the shreds just for the Asiago taste.
Well, this is why it's your cheese.
I think it is the superior cheese, because you make a good point. Like you can't really go Parmesan because it's too hard. But I think you can slice Asiago. I'm pretty sure you can.
Well, either way, I mean, you can.
This is a question for Nick.
Work.
So Nick's listening to this right now. Like, you fucking idiots.
Yes, they're correct. But so like again, part of my thought process here. So I already eliminated the crumbles and I eliminated the cheeses that are too hard to slice. And then you're eliminating provolone because it doesn't serve much of a purpose. In a non-melted,
no.
It's either
provolone and mozzarella don't really have a taste. I like provolone cheese, but like
provolone melted or on a Italian sub. It should also be a shot provolone.
Right.
Those are the uses for provolone.
Yeah, the only time it's acceptable to have provolone is in like with other cold cuts.
Yeah, or melted. It's good melted.
Right.
But especially if it gets like a little brown too, that's what we're talking.
Asiago.
Wow.
Slices.
It does exist.
Yep.
Okay. And that's the thing, is I'll give almost the taste edge to Asiago over cheddar. But like Munster, I don't even know what the fuck that is.
Oh yeah, Munster. That's weird. That's a weird cheese.
Gouda, too soft for all purposes. But it's interesting when you can only have one.
It is. It does get interesting.
And by the way, so I was buying cheese today, which is separate from my thought. It is fucking embarrassing. The options of cheese that are like commercially out there. Because what I mean commercially out there is you have like usually like a cheese section or a cheese bar.
Yeah.
And those are the good cheeses. And then when you go over to like the regular dairy aisle and it's the bags, it's fucking embarrassing. Yeah. It really is fucking embarrassing. It's like, ooh, a taco blend. Oh my God, I'm eating tacos. Let's get the taco blend. And it's like, you understand that it's just shittier options covered in chili powder, right?
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Yeah. It's just fucking product. Like Monterey Jack with chili powder.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe a cheddar blend. Maybe it's like a Monterey cheddar blend.
Yeah.
Oh, it's taco cheese. Oh yeah. Wow. You're right. God forbid you eat tacos with something besides the taco cheese.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I can't have the tacos without the taco
Never
cheese.
mind that, actual Spanish cheese is cotija yeah, I think it's cotija.
Cotija. Yeah, cotija.
And yeah, that would be a lot better.
Yep.
Yeah. Fuck you and your fucking taco shit.
Yeah. Idiots. I think actually, well, some of the, I think it depends on the company. If they're PC, they probably say taco blend, but I think it used to literally say Mexican cheese.
So I was at a Market Basket today. I can confirm. Taco cheese is a blend with quote unquote taco seasoning, aka just chili powder.
Yeah.
And then Mexican is a different blend.
Okay. All right. How long until they cancel that? Oh, you can't call it Mexican cheese.
You definitely shouldn't. I don't think there's anything Mexican about any of the cheeses in it. Actually, I bought a bag of Mexican today, so yeah. I can report back with fucking the fact that it's probably Monterey Jack, pepper jack, and fucking cheddar, and it's like, oh, cool. There isn't one Mexican thing about this.
Yeah, no, nothing at all. It's all from Wisconsin. They call it Mexican.
Yeah, but it's like not even like Mexican. Like it's not even a Mexican style. Like none of those cheeses are Mexican.
No,
nothing
no.
to do with Mexico.
No,
they have cheese there. They have fucking cows.
Yes. Yep. People are fucking dumb. Well, speaking of people being fucking dumb, I got some grievances to air.
Oh shit! It's not even Festivus.
Yeah, it's not even Festivus, but I'm getting ready. So my first grievance, I got two of them. My first grievance has to do with the town of North Attleboro. You guys fucking suck, because every week when I got to bring my trash out, we have trash pickup in this town, but we don't have trash barrels. We use waste management for recycling and trash, which, I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure I've had waste management my entire life. I'm pretty sure that's what we had in Medford.
I have not had it my entire life, but
I think maybe one of my apartments in Bridgewater was A&W or AWA something. It was the blue truck.
Bridgewater is all private contract for some reason.
Yeah. But another apartment I lived in had waste management pickup. So waste management, I had them in Mansfield. We lived there for 3+ years. I know how this works. You get the big recycle bin with the yellow top, and you get the smaller trash bin with the green top. Typically, how it used to work was recycling was every 2 weeks. That's why they gave you the bigger can. And the trash pickup was every week. That's why I got the smaller can. Well, in the wonderful town of North Attleboro, we have the recycling can, the large one. And we do still have waste management pick up our trash. However, we don't have cans. We have to buy bags. So we got these big orange bags that say the town of North Attleboro on them that you have to go purchase from a store. Now, not just any store either. You would think like, oh yeah, you get them wherever in the town. No, there's like 6 places in the entire fucking city that you can go to buy these things, and they cost like $30 a box. And it's like, what are we doing? Why am I paying you? I know you have a contract with waste management. That's why they're picking this up. This is how every town works. I understand. This is like one of the few things as far as like city, like small government politics goes that I understand how it works. You have a contract with waste management. Add fucking trash pickup and give me a fucking can. Charge me more in my property taxes. I don't give a shit. Like, I would gladly pay an extra fucking whatever it comes out to be, $350, $400 in property taxes every year to not have to go and get these stupid fucking bags to throw my trash in to leave them outside. Because then what happens too is, I found this out, we have to leave the bags on top of the recycling can, because if you leave them on the ground, again, it's North Attleboro, so it's a city, but like it's also kind of not. It's woodsy. Animals will come and chew through the bags. So you can't leave the bags on the ground. So why don't you just give me a fucking trash can, charge me more in my taxes, and sign a different contract with Waste Management. I know that's what you guys do. You already have a contract. Just fucking change it, amend it. Like, we're gonna pay for it at the end of the day anyway. This is so fucking dumb. I can't stand it. It's like my one biggest pet peeve with this fucking town.
I know what you need. Door-to-door trash guys.
Door-to-door trash guys. That's exactly what I need. I'm gonna start a door-to-door trash business. Do you know anybody that rents limos?
So can you hire a trash pickup service in North
I don't
Attleboro?
know. I honestly have no idea.
Because you could get a dumpster at the house, but
Yeah.
that's gonna run you probably like $80 a month. So what's that a year?
Like $1,000.
So
roughly.
I mean, there's your price point. If you wanted to put a dumpster at the back of the driveway,
Yeah.
It's got to be accessible. But if you wanted to put a dumpster in your house, you could. I don't think there's any stopping that.
Yeah.
But
so the whole reason why I know this exists is because one of the apartments that I lived in Bridgewater, because Bridgewater had the town recycling, whatever fucking spot or a dump. I had to get a contract with Waste Management, like individually. So they would come pick it up from my house. And then they dropped off the recycling can and the trash can. Like, I paid for that.
Well,
so I know it's possible because I've done it on an individual level.
Yeah, no, but can you do that in North Attleboro?
I don't know, because the town, like, the contract is paid through the town. Like, I don't know. I would almost rather they do nothing. Like, the town just pays for nothing and let me get my own individual contract, like how Bridgewater was.
Well, so what's a box of bags last you? Is it a month? Is it?
There's 15 bags. How many bags are in a box? The orange? There's 15 bags in a box. No, 10. There's 10. There's 10 bags in a box. And what is it? 30 or 35? 30. You get 10 bags and they're $30 a box.
Well, that's got to be a month, right? 10 bags?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, maybe like two bags a week.
Yeah. So we get the bigger ones. You can fit, like, you could probably fit 2 trash bags in one bag.
Dude, you should just fucking, I think if North Attleboro allows for private trash contracts, you should just fucking get one.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't even care if the money is the same or more or less. Like, it's just the principle that, like, every week I have to take fucking trash bags, put them in a bigger trash bag, and then put that trash bag on top of my fucking recycling bin so that the exact same company that picks up my recycling can get this bag. Like, I know you guys offer trash pickup. Like, I don't know. It's just, it's one of those, like, ass backward fucking small town New England things that makes no sense. Probably because fucking 75 years ago, there was some fucking stupid thing about the town. Like, we probably had a dump, but we didn't have a recycling center. So we had, you know what I mean? Like, some stupid fucking shit like that. And then laws just never change.
Yep. They don't.
But it's the most annoying fucking thing ever. I hate it. I hate it. Every week. It makes me mad because I've just, like I said, like, I've lived my whole life being able to have a fucking trash bin that you put out right next to the recycling bin.
I think you need to head to a city council meeting.
I think I'm gonna start going to city council meetings and get really banged up beforehand too.
I would say, I think they record those things, so we can definitely get video of it.
Yeah. I'll wear the Sarcasm Speaks t-shirt, get some airtime.
Like that.
So my second grievance is this bullshit fucking state. I don't know if it's more the state or more Lowe's. Here's my scenario. So we got a new front door for the house. So we had to get new hardware for the door. So, like, a new deadbolt and handle. So we go to Lowe's. We buy the thing. I paid cash just because I felt like paying cash. I have it. I used it, whatever. So it was like $62.98 for the fucking the deadbolt and the handle that we got. And after tax, it's like $68 and change, whatever. Well, wouldn't you know, I bring the thing home and I try and put it on the door. And like the handle has a lock, like a little turn knob thing that you can lock the door handle with.
Yeah.
It's broken. Doesn't work. So I got to take the whole fucking thing off, put the old one back on, and then bring the broken one back to Lowe's. So I bring the broken one back to Lowe's and I don't have the fucking receipt. I'm like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. I'm just doing a product exchange. It's literally a 1-for-1. Like, this was broken. Everything's in the box. Let's just exchange and I'll go on my merry fucking way. Well, I go to Lowe's. I don't have the receipt. Like I said, I go to the returns. First of all, there was, I'm not exaggerating, 9 people in the return line on, I think it was Tuesday night at like 6:15. 9 people in front of me. So after I waited for, I don't know, probably almost a half hour, I finally get up there and I give them my thing and I go, hey, listen, I don't have the receipt. I bought this the other day. They're like, oh, do you have the card it was purchased on? And I go, no, I paid cash. And the lady just kind of looked at me. And I was like, yeah, that's still a thing. Cash still exists in this world. Yes. But like, like she gave me that look, like, why? Like, what's wrong with you? I'm like, all right, well, fuck you then already. So I'm already mad now. I'm originally baseline mad because the thing that I bought is broken. So now you've just bumped my anger up a little bit because I had 9 people in front of me waiting to do returns. And there was one person that was a fucking moron that wouldn't take no for an answer for something. So, slowly my anger is rising. So this lady gives me this look like, oh, you paid cash? Okay, well, the only thing I can do for you is offer you a store credit. And I go, can I just go get the new box? Can you hold this here? I'll go get the exact same box and we can just kind of like swap and call it a day. And she goes, no, we don't do that here. I go, here we go. So she goes, the only thing I can do for you is give you an in-store credit. So she's like, I need to see your license. I give her my license. I don't know why, but she types in all the information. She does this thing. She runs it through. I get an in-store credit. It says right on the Lowe's card. Cool. Awesome. So I grab the thing out of the aisle. I go to checkout. I check out at a different thing because I'm not at the customer service line anymore. I'm just at a regular kiosk line with the lady. She rings it up. I hand her the store credit thing. And she goes, okay, all right, cool, thanks. And I explained to her, I was like, hey, they gave me this over there. I bought one that was broken. I'm just exchanging, whatever. She goes, okay. She swipes the thing. She goes, it's going to be $3.84. What? He goes, oh, well, it's tax. They didn't refund me the tax? Well, I don't know. It's not on your store credit card. So I have to pay tax twice in the same thing. And she goes, I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. She goes, that's really fucked up. And I go, yeah, that is fucked up. So it's $4. Like, I handed her $4. I didn't give a shit. But like, I had to pay tax on the same thing twice. Like, isn't that fucking double jeopardy? Don't we have laws against that shit? Like,
well, so the problem is the incompetence of Lowe's customer service.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Yeah. And the state made out.
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, that's true because Lowe's isn't getting the money, so that's just pure incompetence. So you gave the state of Massachusetts an extra $3 this year.
Yeah, I want to claim that on my taxes.
I think you should. Hey, we share the same accountant now, so
hey, I'll tell him. I'll be like, hey, listen, man, this is the situation that I had.
Sometimes Lowe's fucked me for $3. Can we put that through? And then he'll be like, absolutely not.
Yeah, he'll be like, you can go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
So those are my 2 grievances that I had to air because why the fuck not?
Can I just give us the breakdown of doorknobs between Mansfield and our new places?
Yes, please.
So we buy a handle deadbolt combo for Mansfield.
Yep.
We get it on the back door, pretty much no problem.
Yep.
Except the handle had to go in upside down.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yep. The
So
handle
the
had to
handle's
be
upside down.
down.
It's the only way it works. I don't know why. I don't know how. It's the only way it works is upside down.
Yep. I forgot
Then
about that.
the actual latch,
The front, yeah.
the latch on that handle
Oh,
doesn't actually catch.
right. Right on the back
So
door.
if you undeadbolt the back door, you just push it open.
You just push the door. Yeah. Yeah. The striker like actually doesn't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
Then on the front door, we come back with our handle and our deadbolt and find out that there was no cut for the deadbolt.
Right. So
It was
we had
just
to
the handle.
we had to cut a hole in our door for the deadbolt.
Because the front door, because it was a duplex, the front door was never going to be locked. So we wanted a deadbolt on our front door. So
Right.
that's how smooth that one went. All we're doing is switching out locks.
Yep.
Yeah. That's all we're doing.
Yeah. Oh no, it's easy.
So then when Michaela buys her place, I'm like, all right, I'll go buy new handles and whatever.
Yeah.
So we're at the place and her father goes, oh, hey, this is interesting. I'm like, all right. He goes, do you know why this is? So the deadbolt on the back door doesn't have a knob you twist. It's keyed on both sides.
Oh.
He goes, do you know why this is? Like, no, I have no idea. He goes, because the back door is like glass panes. He goes, someone can punch through the door and just undo the deadbolt.
Right.
Like they can just punch through the glass.
Right. Right.
I'm like, all right, fuck.
That makes sense.
I go, I would never have noticed, but he spoke it into existence, so whatever. So now when you go and you buy doorknobs, you get the same set, or you have to like rekey or whatever, which would require a locksmith.
Yeah.
Of which someone I know didn't ever actually finish. So
no, I never finished that.
So whatever. I'm at Lowe's. I'm there for way too long because I figured like I picked out a set, then I figured out the key thing. So then I'm trying to look for a key deadbolt on both sides. And I'm like, fuck, it's gonna be 2 keys. But I had to get a set that was 2 handles and 2 deadbolts and just get rid of one deadbolt because I was putting the other deadbolt. So we have a separate key just for the back deadbolt, but the other key we have opens both knobs in the front deadbolt. It's insane.
So things are going very smoothly.
Yes. And then I put them in and they don't fucking fit.
Awesome.
So
things continue to move smoothly.
Yeah. So her father's like, oh, you got any toothpicks? I go, nope. He goes, you know why I want one? I go, just lay it on me, Joe. He goes, well, you fill the hole, give it a little bit of glue and snap toothpicks. And now you can drill back into it because there was a stripped piece, whatever. And then we can't get the fucking thing to shut. So you had to chisel away at the fucking, on the I guess the non-door side, the frame side.
Yeah. Yeah.
And even now it still gets kind of fucking stuck on that back door. It's like, fuck me.
Jesus Christ.
Doorknobs. Underrated, shitty task.
Yeah. And then recently, the doorknob on your storm door just came off.
Yes. That was awesome. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
The storm door was getting jammed. So if the latch closed, the handle wouldn't open the latch. So I noticed this. So I popped the deadbolt on the storm door so that it cannot close completely. Well, we had the cleaner here one day. I get home on a Wednesday, approximately 8:45, and I can't open the door.
Sick.
Great. So I'm sitting there trying to rip it open, not working. I go around and I'm thinking, I go, how the fuck am I going to get this thing open? So I grab like a razor, a butter knife, a fucking hammer, and I'm trying to like jimmy the fucking thing so I can pop it open. Meanwhile, Leo's pissing on the floor. It was like the fucking third day we had him. Fucking disaster. So she can tell I'm fucking pissed. I am like real mad. So she takes over. She pops the handle off. We get the handle like completely off. And I started playing with the lock mechanism. The lock mechanism's fucked. It's just fucking cooked.
Yeah.
So I'm like looking up like the handles, whatever. And I guess if you buy the same brand handle that we pulled off, it doesn't come with the guts, which the guts are the only thing that's broken on ours.
Right.
So I think I need to go get another brand. And then the other part is I just haven't been in or near a Lowe's, so I haven't gone. I should have went today. I drove right by one. Fuck me, I forgot. So yeah, right. So right now our storm door has no handle on it, and you just have to grab the little cut in the door.
Yeah, it's pretty
just
awesome.
Crushing the doorknob game.
So yeah, collectively, we are, just
over on doors.
Yeah. Doors are pretty sick.
I should just get some real fake doors.
Yeah, we need more real fake doors. We also need more of fucking grill your ass off here. So you guys are going to head over to grillyourassoff.com. Use our promo code SarcasmPod for 15% off your entire order. It's the best fucking seasonings you can find anywhere. They got all kinds of seasonings. They got everything else like seasoned salts. They just came out with an instant read meat thermometer. They're coming out with something else. If you sign up for their exclusive, like, what is it called? Their like barbecue club or whatever it's called. I forget the name of it off the top of my head, but they send you like a newsletter like every week with cool recipes in it and all that stuff. So they've got great t-shirts, other apparel, like coffee mugs and shit like that. It's awesome. Go to grillyourassoff.com. Use a promo code SarcasmPod for 15% off your entire order. And if you're going to be betting on any kind of sports coming up here, you're going to use mybookie.com, and you're going to also use the same promo code SarcasmPod for Pickett's going fucking nuts in the background. I don't think anyone can see or hear, but it's hilarious.
Electrical inspector here.
Let me see. Again, I told you guys this is a YouTube show. She just stopped because she's camera shy. You go to mybookie.com, use a promo code SarcasmPod, and they will match your first deposit up to $1,000 for 50%. So again, mybookie.com, promo code SarcasmPod. Grillyourassoff.com, promo code SarcasmPod. You can get us on Instagram at SarcasmSpeaksPod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. And our Facebook page is Sarcasm Speaks. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, I told you this is a YouTube show. Give us a thumbs up, click subscribe, tell everybody you know about the show, leave us a comment. We'll go back and forth. I like some playful banter in the comments section. Sometimes we get like random like bots that comment stuff, and I like to go back and forth with them. It's pretty fun. It eats up 2 minutes of my day. You can also make sure you subscribe to us wherever you're listening. If you're an audio only listener, tell everybody you know about the show. If you use Apple Podcasts, go to the iTunes store, give us 5 stars, leave us a review. All that helps new people find the show and gets us on the charts, potentially, hopefully, finally. So until next time, good.